Hey guys, Jason here with musicsoftwaretraining.com, and what I'm going to do today is just kind of give you a walkthrough the producer's playground. This is an area that you don't see unless you're a member. So I wanted to kind of show people who are not members what it's all about behind the scenes so you know exactly what you're getting if you do decide to become a member. Also, by the way, I've got a 7-day trial that's free, so if you wanted to go in and check that out, you can do that with no obligation. You just cancel before the 7 days is up if you don't dig it. Okay, so just going to jump right in here. Now, mind you, I'm already logged in. That's why it's so easy for me to get in here. You'll know that you aren't logged in if you see this page here. Hang tight just a second. This page here is where you're directed if you're not a member, because it'll recognize whether you have the credentials or not to get into the membership site. So if you see this, that means that you're not logged in. So back over here, this is where everything happens on this page here. And even though it looks pretty simple, it goes really deep. So let me kind of take you through some of these different steps. So the first thing that you'll want to do is join the members mailing list. So you just click on here and put your email and name in. It's similar to this, but this is a different mailing list. This is a public mailing list. This is a members only mailing list. So you'll want to join that. And that way you could get emails with bonuses and different things like that that are all members only. Now, if you're no longer a member and you get the email, the links that you get on the email, you'll no longer be able to access. So let me go ahead and start you with the Start Here area. So this is the first place that I recommend people go when they join the Producer's Playground. I put together a lot of resources here to give you a real clear idea of my philosophy when it comes to making music. And this is to help you focus on the right things and really look at music making in a much more serious way. So I highly recommend that you do some reading in here before you jump in and try to dive into all the other things, because this will really tune your mind. I promise that. And it'll also make everything that you learn in the Producer's Playground just that much more powerful. So in here, basically, I'm just letting you know that there's no like magic bullet. And if that's what you're looking for on YouTube or whatever, you're not going to find it. You're going to find a lot of tips and different things, and you're going to feel real smart for a minute, and then you're going to go back to the same patterns that you've been in before. And I'm sure that you've already done this quite a bit. In fact, I'm sure that you found me while searching a lot of other videos and things like that. And hopefully my videos have helped, but at the end of the day, if you're just devouring information, you're just not going to get the value that you're really hoping to get. And I'm assuming what that value is that you want to actually create and finish songs or learn how to become a better DJ and many other things like that. So I wrote an ebook here called The Unspoken Truth About Success in Music. And I think this is one of the best things that I've written. It is not out in the public. So this is something that members only get. So I highly recommend that you take the first step in reading this ebook. It doesn't take long to read, but it'll give you a really clear mind shift. Once you're done with that, I've got the Producer's Quick Start here. So these are just the quick things that I think will help you the most. So I've got a 15-minute Ableton boot camp here. I show you a bit about warping, all the keyboard shortcuts, and some other tips on starting a song from scratch, how to structure songs, and organizing your files, and basically getting a better, more professional sounding mix. So this is just a very brief intro here, but I wanted to kind of start you guys off with some real powerful information that you could put to use right away. Next, I've got my 30-day challenge. And this is something that I've showed in my blog before. So if you aren't a member, you can certainly take a look at this, but this is a great reminder of how to build music habits that are going to last. So I highly recommend that you look at that. Once again, join the mailing list. And I've also got a Skype group and a Facebook group. And these continue to grow, and this just boosts your communication with more people that are like you, that have similar goals, and people are just willing to help. And of course, I pop in there quite a bit as well and give personal help when I can. And this is mainly just to help me the playgrounds survey. By answering some of these questions, it just helps me to continue to improve your experience as a member of the Producers Playground. We've got the announcements and updates section, and this is where I'll just mention anything that's new that's happening with the site, or things that I've included, or things that have been fixed or corrected. So this is a great place to check on what's new with the site and what's going on. Next thing I've got here is the challenge page, and you can use this or not, but every so often what I'll do is I'll create a challenge for people to take on, and then we will share our results with the whole community. So figure if 40 people take on the challenge, their results will be shared with everyone else. For example, I made a challenge of creating a sample pack. So everyone that took on the challenge shared with each other. So at the end of the day, you're able to go in there and get sample packs that were created by everyone else and use them in your own songs. The master template, now this is incredibly powerful, and I'm going to show you this, but if you're in the 7-day trial, you're not going to get access to this until after the 7 days. So if you decide that you like what you see and you want to remain a member, then the 8th or 9th day, get an email giving you access to all the master template stuff. So if I click here, I've got all kinds of different things, a light version, a full version. This breaks down quite a bit. This template is basically a master template for song creation. So basically everything in it allows you to immediately get right to drum sounds, bass sounds, loops, and pad sounds, stabs, leads, what have you. And they're all put together here. And each one of these was put together incredibly detailed. And I've also got a lot of different tools that are unique to this template. And what I'll do is I'll put a video in this post just in case you want to know more about the master template. It's pretty deep, so it's a bit too much to share in this video. Let's just say it's probably the most powerful template that's been built for Ableton that I'm aware of. And then next, we've got all my Ableton videos. So these are all the collections here, and if I've actually just updated the first Ultimate collection, so there's actually a whole lot more, a lot of stuff dealing with Ableton 9 as well as Ableton 8 and previous. So if I click on the collection, you can see that everything's organized and named in a certain way. So you could jump to any of these videos and learn right away about anything that you want. So if I just go to the intro here, you'll get this window here, and then you could just simply enlarge it. Hey guys, so this is a video for people who are just getting into Ableton. So all of these are very high quality videos. I'm replacing some in one of my collections, but most of them will be 1080 quality. So yeah, everything's named here. That's just the first collection. If I come back, all the videos from the second collection here. Warping collection, my remix collection, Ableton DJing and live collection here. So everything's really well organized for whatever it is that you want to learn. Next are the ebooks, and I've taken a long time putting together a bunch of ebooks for you guys. Once again, I highly recommend this Unspoken Truth About Success in Music, but all these others are made to either help you with certain Ableton techniques or to just help you tune your brain for creativity and productivity. Next, we got free plugins. I just wanted to link this here. These plugins are available even if you're not a member, but I just wanted to give easy access to this page. So these are all these are free plugins that I've checked out, and There's just tons of stuff that you can go through. Now, I wouldn't recommend that you just start going on a downloading frenzy. I'd suggest you just try one or two things at a time, see what works for you. And if it's not something that you're sure you're going to use, then just get rid of it. There's no reason to have a ton of tools that you're not going to put to use. It's much better to have 6 or 7 tools that really work for you well, that you know inside and out. Right here is a Ableton Live performance template. This is mainly something that I put together for performing songs that are broken down into loops. So in other words, I can break one of my songs down that I've created, and instead of you playing a stereo track in a mix, it's broken down to up to like 30 or 40 clips. So you've got all kinds of different drum loops, bass loops, effects, and all the other sounds that work, vocals or stabs or atmospherics, whatever. And not only do I have that template, but I also have a long collection of song loops. So you can download all these songs and put them to use. And I'll have another video in this post that shows a little bit more about what the song loops are and what they're capable of doing, just to give you a better idea. But this is really, really powerful, and you can feel free to use these, break it apart. You could even use certain parts that you want in your own songs if you want. It's all up to you. So feel free to use it as it is or sample from it for your own productions, or make a remix of one of my tracks. That's fine too. We've got a APC40 simple DJ template that I used myself when I was DJing with the APC40. So I found that this approach works really well without getting too complicated. And I think when you overcomplicate things just because you can, it ends up doing you a disservice on the overall sound of your DJ sets. So my suggestion is keep things simple and build slowly. And this is a great way to get yourself started. This link here is a link to all my music, and I do mean everything. These are all my club tracks, remixes, and also old bands going all the way back to the late 80s, and some of my early breakbeat and big beat type of music, and alternative rock, and even my kind of goth 80s days. So if you ever wanted to know anything about me, you could learn a lot about me through my music. So all of this is available to you to download for free and use in your DJ sets or whatever. Some of these are unfinished, unreleased tracks as well, so feel free to have at it and do whatever you'd like with them. And here I've got more finished and unfinished song files. So this is my song that you could actually see exactly how it's done. You can open it up and you can look at the whole song project and see exactly how everything is set up on each of these songs. So if you want to learn a little bit about constructing a song or breaking down what I've done with creating sounds or whatever, this is going to be where you're going to want to go. You can just download these and then you can reverse engineer and see exactly how I did things. And once again, if you want, you can grab samples from my stuff. Please though, some of these are remixes, so I just ask that you be cool, and if you're going to use parts that are not mine, that were for remixes, don't use them in songs that you're going to release. Okay, anything else is fair game. And some of these are completely finished, and some of these are just little starters. I think you'll get a whole lot out of those. Here I've got some interviews, and I'm definitely going to start doing more interviews, but these interviews here are pretty powerful. These are some great producers that have made some really incredible music, and everyone has a different angle on song creation and how they approach things. So you'll definitely want to get in here and give some of these a read. These are all artists that I admire quite a bit. For example, Barry Jameson. If you haven't heard of him, he's probably you probably have heard him on a number of dance tracks and didn't know it, because his fingerprint is on so many different artists. A big one, of course, being Sasha, but he's got his mark on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of releases, and he's one of the best of the best. So that's definitely worth checking out. This is just a Q&A section. So basically, if someone asks me a question, that I think the members would like to know as well, then I'll just share that question and answer in this area. Um, Here we do a song review, so you could post your own songs, and all the members can give you feedback on that. And of course, I'll do the same. I'll give you feedback on songs that you request feedback on. And it's just a great place to share your work without having to share it with the public and get a lot of support. Next, I've got an exclusive members discount page here. So these are all items that I've worked out with the producers to give great discounts on some really great software, hardware, books, stuff like that. And I continue to make partnerships and add to this all the time. But there's some really great stuff on here. And most of these also have a free pack that you could download even if you don't want to buy anything. So I definitely try to give value on things outside of my own products that many of you would want to put to use. So yeah, definitely check out the discount centers. There's some great stuff here. And I use a lot of these tools myself. And then here, I won't click on these, but this is another place to share your music and comment on songs. And you could also share your samples, presets, and effects. So we get the community, if you make something cool that you want to share, just send it over and I'll add it to this. And then we'll have this huge collection of exclusive presets and effects and samples and different things from all the members. So that's going to always be added to as we go. And playground check-ins, this is just something that I started. It's pretty new, but when I'm in the middle of working on a song or something like that, if I've made some discoveries or if I think something I'm doing can be helpful to you, then I'll create a video basically showing you what I'm up to in hopes that it'll inspire you to do some of your own things as well. That is what is available to you in the Producer's Playground. It's a whole lot. I know that I rushed through a lot of this stuff. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment, or if you want to find me on my Facebook page or on Twitter, feel free to do that as well. And I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. I hope this helped you make a decision on whether this is something that you'd be interested in or not. And either way, there's no worries about it. Like I said once before, right now I'm offering a free 7-day trial. It's basically the way it works is you can sign up, and for 7 days you get access to everything except for the master template. If you stick around past 7 days, then you'll be charged a monthly fee, like other members. And if you cancel before that, then you won't be charged at all. So I want you to be able to take this for a test drive, and I want to prove to you that it's worth the price. I want everyone who's a member to absolutely love what they're getting and feel the value. So that's why I'm doing this free 7-day trial. And if you want to go and do that, I'll leave a link for that as well. I hope this has helped, and I'll check back with you guys soon.